We've already had a taste of winter with wind chills in the teens, even a few flurries filling the Ozark sky. So what kind of weather will we see when winter really arrives in a month? Chief Meteorologist Ron Hurst has your winter weather forecast.
When considering what the long-range forecast is, it's always important to look at what's happening out in the Pacific Ocean and what the temperature pattern is. Now, this year, we're in what's called a La Nina, which means temperatures off the coast of Peru are cooler than average. Now, we have seen some warmer weather try to develop along the western coast of the United States, and you'll notice here's the warm water down here off of Baja, Mexico, and of course, cooler water up towards the Gulf of Alaska. Well, the jet stream tends to mirror this pattern, and we'll notice that the jet stream has been coming across the ocean. It's kind of taken a dive in this little wave of cooler water off of the California coast. And so lately we've seen a whole series of storms move into California, produce quite a bit of moisture. What that does is this forces this nice big ridge over the Rocky Mountains and then comes out of the northwest over the Ozarks. And typically that means a warm, dry flow for the area. And that's exactly what we've seen for the month of November. So the hot weather has been out here to the west. Cooler weather has been across the northeastern country. Well, it appears that we're going to have what's called a sudden stratospheric warming. Now, what that's going to do is force a lot of cold air across Canada into the northern tier of the United States. And so we're looking at maybe some colder weather beginning to arrive for the month of December, and the hotter weather being suppressed back to the southwest and along much of the Gulf Coast. So what does this actually mean for a winter forecast? Well, right now I'm thinking average to maybe slightly above average temperatures. It doesn't look like it's going to be particularly hot, so we will cool off some. But it also looks like we're going to have a whole series of storms move through the area, so average to slightly above average moisture, which means that we could have some snow this winter. And right now, I think somewhere between 9 and 18 inches of snow is certainly possible. Now, some things to keep in mind would be this. There is apparently going to be about a 4 to 6 week period coming in December and early January where we may see colder than average temperatures, and longer range charts seem to hint at that pretty consistently. We're also looking at about average temperatures for February and March, so hopefully we'll modify some after the cold spell. And in this kind of pattern, December actually could see some higher snowfall totals. Now, it's not like a lot of snow, but in past history, we've seen 1 or 2 snows that have gone way above average, mostly somewhere between Christmas and New Year's. So maybe we can have a white Christmas this year.